So Lee, you're in charge of turning here at Sandvik Coromant. You've got two new grades you want to talk about.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. Welcome to the Productivity Centre. You saw the prime turning running with the new 4425 grade, which is a all-round grade for steel turning. Gives you, much better reliability, much better performance than the previous generation, the 4325.
Mm-hmm. So what we talk in terms of ISO, the steel grades?
Yeah, we're talking about the P15 and the P25 area in the ISO turning. The 4425, like I say, covers a much broader range of applications now, much more materials. Good for multi-material machining as well if you've got mixed production in your factories and stuff. And then the P15, 4415 grade is optimized then for your harder materials, the materials that generate a bit more heat and where you want longer times in cut.
Sure, just tell us what we're seeing on the video here.
Okay, so this is like a time-lapse video that was taken from our centre in Yimo, our production facility, and we're basically taking pictures of the insert at given times, both our insert and competitor insert, just to show the difference in wear as the wear builds up on the insert. So what you find with the 4425 grade is that you get a really reliable performance, and that allows you then to sort of have this predictable wear. So whereas another insert will drop off the cliff once you get to a certain wear on the edge, the 4425 and 4415 just keep going. It's like the proverbial what's the battery with the copper coloured top.
Yeah.
It keeps going when all others fail, and that's a really good analogy really, because often people take inserts off when they're not particularly worn out, whereas with this you get a much longer timing cut.
So you could, more tool life and probably more stable process.
That's right. So if you've got mass production, you can take the performance, so you can get elevated cutting speeds and still maintain the timing cut, which means you get more parts out in the same amount of time. But then again, you have people who have mixed production and smaller batches, and they can take advantage of the reliability and the extra tool life that you can gain just by swapping to this new grade.
And what is the new grade? Obviously we know what it is in terms of the ISO, but is it a new substrate? Are we talking new coatings? Both maybe?
Well, it's everything. So we've got a brand new substrate and a brand new coating technology as well. So we call it Inveo, which we saw in the 43,000 series, but this is the second generation. So we have much better alignment of the crystals in the coating and also in the substrates. We've taken it into both. And then we have a post-treatment to the surface of the insert, so it's a post-treatment of the coating, and that creates these compressive stresses, which means that the coating stays on the insert, stops the cracks propagating into the substrate, which means that's what's giving you that reliability and predictable performance.
So the coating itself, we're not saying it's any harder necessarily, it's just almost bonded better.
There's differences in the hardness and in the bonding process that they use, the way that it's laid down, the coating. So it's a really sort of complex process, but I won't bore you with the chemical sort of side of it, but it is, it's patented technology that we're using, and it's what gives it this reliability. It's the function of all three really. And when you look at steel turning, the predominant wear factors that you get are crater wear and flank wear, with a bit of plastic deformation. So it's no surprise that we've concentrated all our efforts to make these inserts the best they can be in all three areas.
So are the new grades just for ISO turning?
Predominantly that's where most of the people will use them, but of course they're available on all the concept tools we have today, which like the round inserts, you've also got the prime turning inserts as well. So it's good to see actually the performance you can gain by changing to the new grade in prime turning. So for example, we've discussed in the past the performance advantage by using prime turning, but if you then couple that with the performance advantage and the reliability of the new grade, now you're really talking about a double whammy, a real good benefit for the customer. And you can see from behind me here the slide where we've literally got 100% increase in tool life nearly, just by changing the grade. We've not changed anything else. We've gone from our old grade to the new grade, and just a massive uptake in the tool life and the performance. So that's really where the proof of the pudding is. Okay.